Farmer Courtney here. I have been thinking about this book, Torchlight for America, published in 1993 by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It outlines how America is on her deathbed and mercifully discusses remedies to revive her, right? So 30 years later, we find ourselves in an election year, and I don't know about you, but I don't really run into anyone in my daily life who is satisfied with their life and with their choices, with political leadership. But, we hear a lot of maligning of the character of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. We hear a lot of vitriol, a lot of slander, and other people's opinions. And so I just wanted to encourage you to meet the man yourself, whether that's in print, whether it's in video or audio on finalcallradio.com. Love listening to that. It's just a carefully curated selection of uplifting messages for your day that you can just, feed on a little bit here and a little bit there. A lot goes in and carries me through the day is what my experience has been. And I've just found it really improved my studies. I was on a long road trip once and I had about a 21-hour drive total over the course of a couple days, and class was in session and I just had the Final Call radio going, and it just transformed the entire car ride. I literally would drive anywhere at this point for any length of time because it is a really transformative experience. And I was thinking back to how difficult it used to be for me to get materials, and how all of this technology, though the wicked are trying to use it for all these levels of corrupting, that God is enabling us to use it for good and to connect from all the different corners of the globe together. And so I'm just really thankful about that. But so I was reading over the chapter titles, and I just kind of wanted to give you a sense of what in this book, what you'll meet and discuss. So chapter 1 is America is on her deathbed, America's vital signs. Chapter 2, hiding the light. Chapter 3, greed and leadership's state of mind. Chapter 4, fixing the public school system. Chapter 5, rebuilding the economy. Chapter 6, developing America's moral backbone. Chapter 7, ending the healthcare crisis. And Chapter 8, a vision for America. And there's a lot to think about in here, and it's amazing when you realize just how essential that course of study for the last 30 years. People have literally been starving for this type of morally centered conversation from trustworthy sources. It's been a really long road. There's so much that wouldn't be if we had been permitted to have conversations, and I do have to, keep my mind on that. Nothing happens except for the active and permissive will of God in the situation, but it's still quite difficult to take, knowing that just so much could be different if people had knowledge and an ability to have conversations. And so that's just why I've always been very open about Farrakhan's impact, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's impact in my life, because it's not as if I would really be on here with all that much to say without him. It's actually been so long that I have had him in my life as a guiding force, and it's really just been through audio. It's been a very impactful thing to reflect upon about how, when I really had an open heart and mind to just meet the man for myself through his own words, the reverence that stayed with me, and his presence of mind that stayed with me and went with me as I grew up. Basically, I was so young, and tried to make sense of what I was hearing and who he is and especially in this time. And so it's, I felt like I was very behind in the classroom of God, and catching up, just because I never had any instruction in religion or righteousness really at all. And so I'm gonna bring this to a close, but I just wanted to kind of get on here and put out a video again to say, I am going to be podcasting again. My website is, I'm consciously taking it down because I'm reorganizing some things and doing some different projects. And so all of those things are going forward. I'm working on publishing a zine, which is like a testimony about how the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is a teacher for all of humanity. And to just encourage all of us that love him and have learned so much from him and have been deeply blessed to have his presence in our life, to really stand for him and to not be bullied by the negative voices that come at us. Because if you've been watching the patterns of how they attack us for different ideas and things, it's always going to be something. And this is an issue that you want to be on the right side of history for, and you want to take a stand for the man who has stood for all of humanity for so long, really, really withstanding more than he would ever share with us and publicly tell us, because his message is one of upliftment for us. But I'm sure it is shocking beyond belief what he has had to endure, whether it's through the personal attacks and trials, and just the physical, the healing, and all that he has been through to be still present with us physically in this moment in time. So thank you for tuning in and listening. I look forward to being back on the regular with you more in the podcast and doing some videos. So if you want to get in touch with me, you can feel free to leave me a comment below, or head over to Instagram. You can always DM me on my Farmer Courtney Instagram. I am reachable over there, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Peace.